Hello everybody, welcome to Promiseland. Everyone say land. Everyone say promise. Everyone say Promiseland. Very good. Well, stand up on your feet. We're going to sing a song right now. It's got some actions. Join in with them. And I'll see you in a moment.
You pop the freckles on my face, and all the fish that swim and all the birds that fly were made from your incredible imagination. Creator God, we're singing to the Creator God of all the world. Creator God, we celebrate you. We celebrate you. Stripes on every bee, and all the grass that grows and all the leaves that fall, part of your amazing plans for this creation. Creator God, we're singing to the Creator God of all the world. Creator God, we celebrate you. We celebrate you. A heart in everyone, and all the music played and all the dancing done reminds us that we're made to be creative like Creator God. We're singing to the Creator God of all the world. Creator God, we celebrate you. Creator God, we're singing to the Creator God of all the world. Creator God, we celebrate you. Creator God, we're singing to the Creator God of all the world. Creator God, we celebrate you. Creator God, we're singing to the Creator God of all the world. Creator God, we celebrate you. We celebrate you. We celebrate you. We celebrate you.
Great, it's good to sing and do some actions together. You can sit yourself down now for a moment on the floor. And that song we just sung and did the actions to together is a bit of a clue as to what we're going to be looking at today from the Bible. But before we do that, of course, I want you to say hello to your leaders. I'm sure you've done that already, but again, say hello to your leaders in the building this morning. And if you are in the building, can you say hello? And perhaps there might be still some watching from home. If you're watching from home, say toodaloo, which actually sometimes means goodbye. Don't go anywhere. Sorry, say hello. Yes. Well, it's lovely to see you. And now, if you're in the building, your leaders will help you with anything you need help with this morning. So just ask them if you've got any questions about anything at all. Now, I want everyone to get your hand like this and turn it like this. Oh, that hurts. Right. And now, can you make your arms swing like this? Stop it. And swing it. Stop it. And swing it. And stop it. And swing it. And stop it. And swing it. Stop. And pull it down. All right. Well, I'm glad you've warmed up one of your arms. At some point, warm up the other one. But For now, what we're going to do is we're going to catch up together. What's your news been from this last week? You're going to get into groups. Your leaders will share in a moment what those groups are, and then you're going to grab a snack and a drink that hopefully you brought with you, and you can have a chance to share any news from this past week. And I'll see you soon. All right, that's the end of our little catch-up time. Don't worry, there's more chance to talk to one another a bit later this morning, but for now, put your snacks and your drinks to one side if you can, if you've finished with them, or back to where they were, and come and sit yourself down once you've done that. First one sitting up, looking like a parrot. What does a parrot look like? Maybe you can do a little beak. All right, we're going to watch a video now, a video that is a part of this book, which you know is called the Bible, or as we like to call it, God's Big Story, because actually we're doing a series at the moment called God's Big Story, where we're going through this. Last week we looked at an overview of the whole Bible, so if you didn't see that, go back and watch it because it's great. It tells you about how the whole story fits together. But now we're going to start working our way through big chunks of the Bible, starting right from the beginning. Does anyone know what the first book of the Bible is called? I think some of you got it, yeah. Genesis. Everyone say Genesis! Genesis! Genesis is the first book in the Bible, and then right at the very beginning, and the very first chapter is Genesis chapter 1. And we're going to look at Genesis 1 and 2 now, which is the story of creation. So let's watch that story now.
Stories of the Bible. Creation. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was empty, formless, and dark. But the Spirit of God was there. On the first day, God said, "Let there be light." And God saw that the light was good. Then He separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day and the darkness night. On the second day, God said, "Let there be a space to separate the waters of the heavens from the waters of the earth." God called the space sky. On the third day, God said, "Let the waters beneath the sky flow together into one place, so dry ground may appear." God called the dry ground land and the waters seas, and God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let the land sprout with every sort of plant and tree." And God saw that it was good. On the fourth day, God said, "Let lights appear in the sky to separate the day from the night." God made two great lights, the sun for the day and the moon for the night. He also made the stars. God set these lights in the sky to light the earth, and God saw that it was good. On the fifth day, God said, "Let the waters swarm with fish and other life. Let the skies be filled with birds of every kind." And God saw that it was good. On the sixth day, God said, "Let the earth make every sort of animal." God made all sorts of wild animals, livestock, and small animals, each able to have babies of the same kind. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let us make man in our image, to be like us." So God created man in His own image. He formed man from the dust of the ground. He breathed the breath of life into man, and a man became alive. Then He saw that the man needed a helper, so God put man into a deep sleep, and while he slept, God took one of the man's ribs. Then God made a woman from the rib and brought her to the man.
Hello. Hi.
Then God blessed them and said, "Be fruitful and multiply. Fill the earth and rule over it. Rule over the fish in the sea,
Hello, Lou.
the birds in the sky,
Hello, bird.
and all the animals that scurry along the ground." Then God said, "Look, I have given you every plant throughout the earth, and all the fruit trees for your food, and I have given you every green plant as food for all the animals." Then God looked over all He had made, and He saw that it was very good. So the creation of the heavens and the earth and everything in them was done. So on the seventh day, God rested from all his work, and God blessed the seventh day and said it was holy.
Well, that is an amazing story about how our amazing creator God from nothing created life, the world, and everything in it. And before we talk about what we've just seen, we're actually going to sing another song. So in a moment, in fact right now, you can stand up on your feet, get ready to join in the actions, because this song is actually a bit of the book of Genesis that you can learn right now. So join in.
God created the heavens and the earth. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was without form and void, and darkness was over the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the face of the waters. Hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The heavens and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was over the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the face of the waters. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The heavens and the earth. Oh, oh, God said, let there be light. And God said, let there be light. And there was light. There was light. Yeah. And God said, let there be light. And God said, let there be light. There was light. There was light. Oh, let there be light. Let there be light. God said, let there be light. There was light, there was light.
Wonderful! Oh, I hope you learnt some of that verse right then. If you do remember that, you've learnt a bit more of the Bible. Now, take a seat for one moment on the floor, and what we're going to do now is in a moment we're going to get into our groups and we're going to have a little discussion. There's going to be a mixture of some questions based on the story of Genesis that we just heard this morning so far, and there's going to be a chance for you to get creative and do some acting. So the questions and the notes are going to come up on the screen if your leaders need it. They've also got the questions on their plan, which they might have on their phone, so they can help go through the questions for you right now. You've got quite a nice bit of time to do this. So talk and act, and maybe even afterwards you get a chance to show one another in your groups what you've done. Okay, well, hopefully you had a good chance to get through all that. Everyone in your groups face this way. And as I said, everyone say said. As I said, you might get to show one another. So if you in your group want to show the other groups what you've done, then you're going to have a few moments now to take turns to show one another what you came up with just now in your group time. Wow, 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 Will, you are a creative bunch, aren't you? Wonderful to see you getting up, being creative, exploring, and hopefully we'll do more of that kind of thing in the coming weeks. And by all means, when you're at home, maybe you want to come up with some new ways of expressing the story of God, the Bible, through drama. Now, you know what it's time for right now, don't you? Because it's that time of the morning. That's right, it's game time! Today we have a game that involves a bit of a race, a team relay, which we like to do quite often in Promiseland. So in a moment you're going to get into the 3 teams. It might be the groups you've already been in, or perhaps you want to mix them up. Listen to your leaders, they'll explain how it's going to work. But once you're in your teams, you line up facing the other side of the hall, and your leaders are going to help make 3 rows of chairs. And this game is called Light and Dark. Everyone say light. Everyone say dark. The reason it's called Light and Dark, or actually Dark and Light, is because you will start your relay in the dark with a blindfold. So hopefully you have some kind of blindfold. I've got this funny thing here. And you cover so you can't see where you're going. And when you're the first person to go, you go. And you have to use the chairs to feel your way all the way along till you get to the very end of the row of the chairs. Once you get to the end of the row of the chairs, you can take off your blindfold, keep it in your hand, and then run as fast as you can back to the next person in your team and give them the blindfold. They put it on, they make the way to the end of the chairs, blindfolded in the dark, take it off when they get to the end, run back, and then the next person goes until all your team has been. The first team to get all their team back and forth and sitting down wins. Now, of course, if your teams have different numbers in, then the teams with less players in the team, you might have to choose 1 or 2 who are going to run twice. So decide that before you start the game. But you've got, as long as the game time allows, to have as many goes of this race as you can. So have fun playing the game, Dark and Light. Okay, that's the end. Everyone come and sit down. Everyone sit down. Everybody take your hands like this and drift them slowly like this. And I think it's time to do your other arm. We did the first arm earlier, so get your other arm that you didn't do and push it. Stop it. Push it. Stop it. Push it. Stop it. Push it. Stop it. Push it. And put it down. All right, well, now we've had a good game, haven't we? But now what I'd like us to do is take some time praying together. We've talked about some wonderful things and heard some wonderful things this morning. So now's your chance. Listen to this. You've got this incredible creator God that we've been talking about. And this God who made everything wants to hear from you. So in a moment, share anything in your group that you want to say thank you to God for, or that you might want to ask God to help with. And then once you've shared that in your group, take some time to pray it. And I'd encourage you to speak it out loud if you feel brave enough to, because when other people hear your prayers, they feel really encouraged by them too. So you've got a few minutes now in your groups to pray together. Amen, amen. It's good to pray, and it's amazing that we're able to come directly to our Creator God to pray. And we're able to do that because of what Jesus did. He died on the cross for our sins so that we can be forgiven and become God's children and talk to Him whenever we like. It's amazing. Now, what we're going to do before we finish our time together is we're going to sing 2 songs together. First one is a Books of the Bible song. It's actually different from the one we did last week. This is one that just does the Old Testament books. So we're going to go through it. There aren't really any actions, but if you want, you can clap along. And as you think you start to get the idea of the books, you can start to sing them out. So clap along to this first one, and then the next one you can stand up and do the actions to our song called Thankful, where we can say, God, I'm thankful to you, amazing Creator God, for who you are and all that you've done. So let's get ready for this first one, clap along, and then the next one, as I said, stand up and join in the actions.
These are the books of the Bible. Whoa, wonderful books of the Bible. These are the books of the Bible. Wonderful books of the Bible. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, 1st and 2nd Samuel, 1st and 2nd Kings, 1st and 2nd Chronicles, Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther, and Job. Psalms and Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Song of Solomon, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentations, Ezekiel, Daniel, and Hosea. Joel and Amos, Obadiah, Jonah, Micah, Nahum, Habakkuk, Zephaniah, Haggai, Zechariah, Malachi. Books of the Bible, the wonderful books of the Bible. These are the books of the Bible, the wonderful books of the Bible. It's a letter from God that sets everyone free, a gift for you, for me. These are the books of the Bible, the wonderful books of the Bible. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, 1st and 2nd Samuel, 1st and 2nd Kings, 1st and 2nd Chronicles, Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther, and Job. Psalms and Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Song of Solomon, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentations, Ezekiel, Daniel, and Hosea. Joel and Amos, Obadiah, Jonah, Micah, Nahum, Habakkuk, Zephaniah, Haggai, Zechariah, Malachi. Books of the Bible, the wonderful books of the Bible. These are the books of the Bible, the wonderful books of the Bible. It's a letter from God that sets everyone free, a gift for you, for me. These are the books of the Bible, the wonderful books of the Bible. These are the books of the Bible, the wonderful books of the Bible. These are the books of the Bible, the wonderful books of the Bible. It's a letter from God that sets everyone free, a gift for you, for me. These are the books of the Bible, the wonderful books of the Bible. These are the books of the Bible, the wonderful books of the Bible. These are the books of the Bible, the wonderful books of the Bible. These are the books of the Bible, the wonderful books of the Bible. These are the books of the Bible.
I like to think about the goodness of the Lord. He gives me everything I need and so much more. So I just want to lift my hands and say that I love like to think about the goodness of the Lord. He gives me everything I need and so much more. So I just want to lift my hands and say that I love him. I just want to lift my heart in praise. And I want to be thankful. I want to be grateful. I want to remember everything that the Lord has done. I want to be thankful. I want to be grateful. I want to be thankful. I want to be grateful. I want to remember everything that the Lord has done. I want to be thankful. I want to be grateful. I want to be, 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 I want to be.
Wonderful. Okay, everyone, sit yourself down. But that is the end of our Promised Land time together this morning. If you're in the building, listen carefully to your leader who tell you what's going to happen next. And if you're at home, have a wonderful week. As for the rest of you, also have a wonderful week. And I'll see you next Sunday. Bye-bye.